Looking at the war in Ukraine, some people have said that it's essential to save Ukraine as it could deter Beijing from an attack. Can you talk about this concept?
Quite frankly, Jamie, I think this is a pretty dangerous way to look at the situation from the United States perspective, but both for Taiwan and for the United States. The essence of deterrence is in convincing an adversary not to do something, right? In this case, we're talking about demonstrating unequivocally that Taiwan forces and the U.S. military could deny Beijing's forces if they attempt to seize Taiwan. If the U.S. wants to deter Beijing and deny its bid for hegemony or dominance, we have to do exactly that. In this way, anything that interferes with this from a U.S. perspective, with ensuring the U.S. military is resourced, postured, developed for a denial defense along what we call the first island chain, including Taiwan, is a dangerous distraction for the United States. In fact, if Beijing perceives that the U.S. is actually weakening its military by giving away too much in Ukraine before it has time to replenish itself or to arm Taiwan, this could actually invite a conflict.
Experts are arguing that sending weapon systems to Ukraine could be detrimental to Taiwan as it waits for delivery of its arms sales. Can you talk about how the U.S. is managing this, maybe in terms of weapons replenishment? Is this true?
Right. No one knows when Xi Jinping might wake up one day and say the time is now, right? The U.S. military, as I just discussed, can't fight a two-front war any longer. So from the U.S. perspective, it has to prepare as if this could come at any time. So expending a lot of these finite military resources in Ukraine. So because we don't and can't know when this type of contingency might occur, and because the U.S. defense strategy, the denial of Beijing's bid for hegemony or dominance is U.S. greatest interest, the U.S. needs to be acting like a potential conflict with Beijing could come at any time. And for the purposes of your question, that means conserving these military systems, both for U.S. military use and for supplying them to Taiwan. The answer is not, from the U.S. perspective, just ramp up production. That's going to take years based on the status of the U.S. industrial base. And the U.S. has already given away a staggering amount of some of these munitions. So yes, the U.S. can and should ramp up production, but in the meantime, in those intervening years, it still needs to make prudent choices about the allocation of these scarce military resources. So in short, the concerns in Taiwan, to the extent that there are well-founded.